I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Thursday, June 11th. Today, the cleanup continues.
It's been absolutely wild, and you think of all things water and cleanup is what we've been selling.
Manitobans are still reeling from this week's severe storm. How much work remains to be done? Also today,
I don't really think there's any crop that's going to survive being completely submerged.
A bitter harvest, why the storm could be an absolute disaster for some Manitoba farmers. Plus,
we did carrot puree, maple roast, asparagus with zucchinis.
Master chefs, how some Winnipeg high school students cooked up a win on the national stage. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Homeowners across Winnipeg and Manitoba are still dealing with the aftermath of a series of powerful storms that left basements flooded and residents shaken. Standing by live tonight with the latest is CTV's John Hendricks. John, how is the cleanup effort going across the province?
Marilee, as of this afternoon, over a dozen roads were still closed or had been impacted by water in the rural municipality of Rockwood. Now, the municipality north of Winnipeg was among the hardest hit, with heavy precipitation causing overland flooding. Meanwhile, in Selkirk, the mayor says much still needs to be cleaned up, describing the damaged trees in Selkirk Park as devastating.
There's a lot of work ahead of us. I was at the Selkirk Park, and it's got a lot of trees down, so we've got a lot of guys in there right now. Kudos to our administration and our support staff. I mean, you know, they've got the streets opened up in the city. They've cleaned up a lot. You know, you drive around now, and it's a lot easier to get around. The yards are getting cleaned up, so that's a big one.
Winnipeggers are also doing their fair share of cleanup work. A representative with Princess Auto says people have been piling into the Panet Road location in the storm's aftermath to get some much needed supplies.
It's been absolutely wild, and you think of all things water and cleanup is what we've been selling. Pumps, generators for people with power out, shop vacs, brooms, squeegees, everything to do with discharging water off their properties.
Now, Manitoba Hydro says 1,400 customers in Winnipeg remained without power this morning due to storm-related damages. It adds that this number has been changing throughout the day, mainly because of planned outages as part of their restoration efforts.
John, when does Manitoba Hydro expect to have all of these outages restored?
Marilee, the Crown Corporation says it hopes to have most storm-related outages restored by the end of the day. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, CTV's Joseph Bernacki will have much more details on the city's cleanup efforts.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, John. For many farmers across the region, these storms could spell disaster.
I don't really think there's any crop that's going to survive being completely submerged for the extent of time that we've seen it.
That's Jake Eyre, Vice President of Keystone Agricultural Producers, who's predicting widespread crop damage across the south central region. Farmers have already been battered this season by wet and cold conditions and destructive dust storm. He says the big question now is how long will it take for the water to recede? But even then, reseeding won't be a fast process.
It's, you know, tough to say. Some of those regions that got that excessive rain, it won't be days, it'll be weeks, if not, unfortunately, longer, until you can even walk in the field, let alone get a piece of equipment back in there.
Eyre says seeding was already about 25 to 30% behind schedule. Meantime, the Premier is activating emergency funds to help manage the unprecedented flooding.
We're not leaving anyone in Manitoba behind.
Wab Kinew says the province's financial disaster assistance program is now open to all Manitobans in need. It's in response to severe flooding in areas such as Swan River, Minitonas, and the Interlake. The money will be used to help with cleanup, recovery, and rebuilding.
If you look around, you know that this work isn't going to get finished in one day or 1 week. This is a lot of effort that's going to have to be concentrated to help people get back to normal.
Folks looking to access emergency funds are being asked to contact their municipal leaders or provincial officials. Brandon residents could see higher water and wastewater rates as early as next year. The city is proposing increases it says are meant to cover the growing costs of maintaining services and infrastructure. For a typical family of 4, it means about $5 more per month. The proposal goes before City Council on Monday. If it passes first reading, it will then head to the Public Utilities Board for review and approval, where residents will get a chance to have their say. The remains of a First World War soldier who were recently identified as a man from Manitoba will be laid to rest next month in France. Private Albert Henry Detmold will be buried by the North Saskatchewan Regiment on July 9th at the Luz British Cemetery in northern France. The Department of Defense says members of his family, along with representatives of the French and Canadian governments, will be there. The public is also welcome to attend. Detmold was born in Germany before immigrating to a homestead near Roblin when he was just 18 years old. He enlisted with the 107th Battalion and was reported killed in action on the first day of the Battle of Hill 70 in 1917. Private Detmold was 33 years old. Winnipeg police need your help identifying suspects accused of trying to set a grocery store on fire nearly 2 years ago. On August 11, 2024, police say 2 men carrying jerry cans entered a store in the 1000 block of Main Street. They began pouring gasoline before they could ignite it. The suspects were forced out by an employee. Authorities want to identify the 2 men on your screen. At the time of this photo, both suspects were of average build and height. They're believed to be in their mid to late 30s. One man is described as being Indigenous and having a buzz cut. He also has a tattoo on the back of his right hand. The other suspect has a goatee and a short fade haircut. If you recognize either of them, you're asked to contact the Major Crimes Unit or Crime Stoppers. We'll talk about a need for speed. 2 drivers have been slapped with careless driving offenses after police say they clocked a vehicle traveling at more than 200 kilometers per hour. It happened on a busy Winnipeg street early in the morning of May 16th. According to police, its Air One helicopter spotted 2 vehicles appearing to be racing at excessive speeds along Chief Peguis Trail. Both vehicles were tracked to a home where they had parked. Ground units then arrived on scene, issuing notices for racing and careless driving to the registered owners. The allegations have not yet been tested in court. Students from Gordon Bell High School have whipped up a major accolade.
We did carrot puree, maple roast, asparagus with zucchinis, spinach pesto, then seared red snapper for both sides.
Sounds great. They were just crowned the grand winner of the Chef's Table Culinary Brigades in Montreal for the 2nd year in a row. The high-level competition is intended to foster food autonomy, teach valuable life skills, and raise awareness about food-related issues facing youth. The 5 final teams had to prepare recipes using mystery ingredients and were judged on their technical skills. Despite those challenges, the Winnipeg-based team came out on top.
I think a big part of what makes the team work well together is just we're very dialed in on our teamwork. You know, lots of teams will be, you know, yelling and shouting and running around the kitchen. There's a lot to do in just that hour, especially when there's 5 people in a small kitchen. It's a lot to organize, but we've been working as a team for a long time and we know each other fairly well, and we have a great formula.
Next up for the students is a trip to France. They're set to travel to Paris to compete in the International Culinary Brigades final. There, they will face the home country's championship team. All the action kicks off on June 17th and runs right through to the 21st. Pretty impressive. Big congratulations to them.
Absolutely. Very exciting. Very tasty sounding, too.
Yeah.
Everything on that menu.
I'm hoping you do not have any exciting weather you're tracking tonight, Colleen.
Well, put it this way, it's all relative, right? Not nearly as exciting as 2 nights ago or even yesterday, but there's still an unstable air mass over the south. So if you are planning on heading out to the Bomber home opener tonight at Princess Auto Stadium, just be prepared for what you're seeing behind me here. Scattered showers. There is the risk of a thunderstorm thunderstorm. They're non-severe thunderstorms firing off right now. You can see the lightning on your screen. The winds, they'll be a little strong and gusty for at least the first quarter of the game, so maybe grab a jacket, maybe a ball cap too. Now, the low that brought us all that wicked weather a couple of nights ago has been moving off north, and now it's basically parked over northeastern Manitoba. So now that's where we find Environment Canada's weather alert. Specifically, it's a rainfall warning for most of the northeast over to Thompson. A absolutely staggering amount of rain is coming, not once but twice over the next several days. I'll have more on that and a look ahead to the weekend and into next week here in Winnipeg. It will warm up, maybe not so much. I'll show you what's ahead. Let's take a look through the CTV Live Eye. It's brought to you by Batfit, our exclusive home of the PermaFit solution. In Winnipeg right now, it is 19 degrees, a little cloudy. Winds out of the northwest at 32 kilometers an hour. The pressure is steady. The humidity right now is 64%. Out in traffic on this Thursday afternoon, a live look at Portage Avenue, east and westbound in front of Polo Park. Traffic moving well there. One thing to pass along, though, Ellis at Valor. The lights are flashing red in all directions, so treat that intersection like a four-way stop.
Canada Post makes another move towards converting door-to-door delivery to community mailboxes. Still ahead, the latest Manitoba community set to make the switch. SpaceX shares started trading tomorrow. Today we found out what the initial price will be. BNN Bloomberg's Morella Fernandez has more.
This is one of the most talked about initial public offerings of the year. Shares will start at $135 US tomorrow. More than 555 million shares are being sold, only about 4% of the company. SpaceX is known for its rockets, but it also has an AI division and Starlink, its satellite business, which is the only part of SpaceX that makes money. Elon Musk is already the world's richest man. Tomorrow, he could become the world's first trillionaire. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar down a fraction to 71.63. West Texas Intermediate is down to 87.71. Western Canadian Select is up to 75.82. And the TSX shot up 520 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Morella Fernandez.
A Manitoba community is among the latest to have its door-to-door delivery converted to community mailboxes. Canada Post says Portage La Prairie will make the switch in 2027, impacting some 17,000 addresses. The city is among 37 communities and nearly 485,000 addresses in the latest round of conversions announced today. The move is intended to reduce costs, with nearly 3/4 of Canadian addresses already receiving mail through centralized delivery. Video game maker Ubisoft is closing its Winnipeg office, leaving dozens of workers without a job. About 65 Winnipeg employees are being laid off. The company, which opened the Winnipeg location in 2018, says it's trying to reduce costs and focus resources on strategic priorities. Ubisoft has developed multiple popular video game franchises, including Assassin's Creed, Just Dance, and the Far Cry series. In 2022, the company said it planned to invest $139 million into the Winnipeg studio by 2030 and triple its workforce. Ubisoft still has 5 studios remaining in Canada, including locations in Toronto, Montreal, and Quebec City. According to a new report, Winnipeg's community gardens are not protected enough and could be shut down with as little as 30 days' notice. The Winnipeg Food Council is meeting Wednesday to consider findings from a cross-country policy review. It found Winnipeg lags behind other cities like Hamilton, which have zoning laws giving community gardens legal protection. Researchers are recommending longer-term land leases and low-cost business licenses for urban farms. They're also calling for a no-loss principle, which would require a replacement community garden to open whenever one is forced to close. With school almost out for the summer, it can be challenging to provide enriching activities for kids, especially after hours. But a local organization is offering some help. BGC Winnipeg, formerly known as Boys and Girls Clubs of Winnipeg, has been assisting kids in the community since 1977. It has multiple locations across the city. The nonprofit provides safe, supportive place where youth can experience new opportunities, overcome barriers, build relationships, and develop confidence and skills at no cost.
We feed them every day, so every kid gets a meal or a snack every day. We do physical activity, so sports, organized or not. We do cultural programming. We do academic support for students, cultural programs, as I mentioned. If kids like to do it, we engage them in it.
To learn more about its monthly programming offerings, just head to bgcwinnipeg.ca.
Community Connection is brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Born to be a hero, trained to be a plumber.
We're just going to have to do this the hard way.
An unintentional pit stop. Brad Pitt takes on the wilderness in a new high-profile film. Those details next in Spotlight. Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and it is a great weekend to be a kid.
It sure is. The 44th Annual Kids Fest kicked off today at the Forks. The little ones can get introduced to the magic of circus through roving performances, arts and crafts, workshops, and so much more. There are 2 stages featuring live local acts, including, of course, Fred Penner, Al Simmons, and Sarah Teakle. Kids Fest runs from today right through Sunday. Hours vary. You can find more information and tickets by heading online to kidsfest.ca.
Taylor Swift has a friend in Randy Newman.
She sure does, and she made a surprise appearance at the Toy Story 5 premiere in Hollywood. She sang her new song for the film, I Knew It, I Knew You. She also performed the franchise's iconic song, You've Got a Friend in Me, with Randy Newman. Toy Story 5 hits theaters on June 19th.
Now to a film that is sure to keep you on the edge of your seat.
The trailer is out for a new survival thriller starring Brad Pitt.
Good job, buddy. We're just going to have to do this the hard way.
Brad Pitt plays a former Special Forces soldier who's left stranded in the wilderness in Alaska, along with retired service dog Odin. The pair rely on each other as they try to make their way to safety. Heart of the Beast hits theaters September 25th.
Looks good.
It does.
Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Well, grab your popcorn. Your Thursday primetime lineup starts at 7 with the CTV movie Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look at Confusion Corner. Traffic looks like it's flowing pretty well through there. A little cloudy right now, a little cool, 16 degrees. I will have more on conditions ahead for tonight if you're heading out to the Bomber game coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&Teak Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Colleen Brady back now with your complete Skywatch forecast. A lot of people making their way down to the Bomber game tonight. Do they need raincoats?
Well, it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world, certainly after the last couple days. But look at what's happening behind me, Mary Lee. We've got this intermittent scattered rain, and even you can see some lightning. These are non-severe thunderstorms, and there's still the risk of a thunderstorm late this afternoon and into this evening by the time we kick off, and still the possibility of a few scattered showers during the game. Not a certainty, but it's not outside the realm of possibility either. So you might want to grab a jacket. You might want to grab a ball cap and just be prepared for it. Also, too, you see these winds. They're coming at a pretty good clip. These are strong and gusty northwest winds. They'll ease up, but not until really after the first quarter or so. So it won't be sunny and hot like it was for the pregame, the preseason game that we had a few days ago out there. So hopefully those days will come back, but just not tonight. We have those scattered showers in Manitoba, and guess what? The rain is a bit more organized moving through northwestern Ontario. You can see some heavier bands there too, moving really sort of midway between Fort Frances and Dryden, but still those bands also moving through those two communities and into other areas like Sioux Lookout. But it is northeastern Manitoba where an awful lot of rain is set to fall over the next few days, really in two stages. The issue here is a stalled out low pressure system that is just going to spin around and around and around. So between Thursday and Friday morning, some of these areas may see as much as 30 to 50 millimeters, and then round 2 comes on the weekend. You could see another 20 to 30 millimeters by Sunday. Not all these areas will see that much, but some certainly will. But we're talking Thompson, Gillam, Churchill, Shamattawa, down into Island Lake, those areas. So just be vigilant, because here's the thing. You can see how heavy that rain is already moving into that region, already falling in that region. We could see roads that are washed out. That's quite likely, Environment Canada figures, but also they're warning about the possibility of power outages too. So be prepared for that. Meanwhile, you see it's much more scattered down here in the south late tonight and overnight. Meanwhile, we're just going to watch this spin around all throughout the overnight hours and all throughout the day on Friday. And some of that, you can see some of those outer bands swing through Winnipeg and the Red River Valley. So we could see showers tomorrow morning, but then you see it sort of lifts away from Winnipeg throughout the day. Meanwhile, out in the southwest, this should miss you for the most part, but then it starts to ease up. You can see that color getting a little lighter there, but it's not moving off. That low just wants to keep spinning around well into the weekend. Meanwhile, the western side of the province, you saw by Saturday, starts to get clearer in the north. For tonight here in the southeast and Winnipeg, we drop down to 12 degrees with the possibility of intermittent showers. There is that risk of a thunderstorm early this evening. Winds out of the northwest at 30, gusting to 50 till around halftime. The high tomorrow, 18 degrees. Yep, mix of sun and cloud with a low chance of showers in the morning. Showers possible Saturday, just 13 degrees. 20 degrees Sunday, Monday, Tuesday with varying amounts of sunshine. 19 on Wednesday with a chance of showers. Our first weather photo was taken this morning. If you look closely in those clouds, there's rain coming down in the distance. Sherry Ann took that photo close to Portage in Maine this morning here in Winnipeg. And Kevin took this photo. You remember there was a severe thunderstorm that moved through Kenora last night. Take a look at that rain falling there. Send us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Skywatch Weather Pick of the Day brought to you by Provivo, Winnipeg's first and only longevity medicine clinic. Redefining health, performance, and aesthetics. Provivo.com.
A police officer south of the border got into a bit of a dance-off with a snapping turtle. Take a look at this. It's not clear whether the turtle knew that this battle was going on, but the officer there is trying to move it off a road as it kept spinning in circles. Oh. After a few spins around, the officer finally got a grip on it and just moved it himself. Oh. His colleagues, though, thought this was pretty funny.
Poor guy in his back there for a minute. Yeah, he's got the moves. He's spinning around there. He's trying to escape them, but turtles aren't that fast.
Poor guy. All right, that does it for us this hour. Don't go farther. We're back at 6 o'clock with much more local news. Hope to see you then.